Hi there, my name's Roger. Welcome to the Jagzntech YouTube channel. It's basically me mucking around with cars, predominantly Jaguars. There are some other cars in the family that need maintenance, servicing, all those kind of things, so could find some of those on the channel later. The current two projects we've got here, this is a 2004 XKR, so it's a V8 4.2 litre supercharged engine. Should produce about 400 brake horsepower from the factory, of course, but probably lost a few horses since then. Being an XK8 or the X100 series, they are renowned to have rust around the rear end of the car, the rear wheel arches, lower quarter panels, etc. So currently working on those. There'll be some videos put up for those pretty much straight away. And also we've got an XJ6 here, Series 2 XJ6. It's a 1978 car. Purchased it. I purchased it as the first Jaguar I ever bought. Purchased it in around 1987. Anyone around in 88, 89 in the UK will realise that the interest rates climbed astronomically up to over 15%. This was my daily driver. I changed jobs to get more money to pay mortgages and things, and going from 3 miles each way to work to 40 miles each way to work meant that I had to take it off the road. I started using my wife's car, which was a lime green Allegro, so a bit of a come down from a 4 litre Jaguar, but it is what it is. You have to do what you can do at those times. So the car was taken off the road. I did start doing some work to it at that point, fixing some of the rust, because even, a 10-year-old car from Jaguar at that point was still very rusty. When you buy a car and it's got a little dot of rust on the wheel arch, 10 years later it's a big hole. So did a lot of work on there, wheel arches, seals, boot floor, all that kind of stuff. Then, got a family, great things like that happened. It gets put on the back burner. So roll on, to 2013, so quite a few years later. Found myself with a bit more time, started working on it again, and of course over that period of time you've learned a lot more, and you realise that putting a seal cover, where you've got a rusty seal and you just knock a bit of rust off, and then just put a seal cover over the top of it is not the long-term repair needed. And so undid a lot of that work that I'd done previously, put complete panels on rather than just the covers, as it were. Then a year or so into that, I decided on a whim to that I wasn't going to try and repair the old engine. As a bit of a challenge to myself as well, I went out and I bought an XJR, so 1996 XJR 4 litre supercharged Jaguar, and I was going to put that engine and transmission into this car. That's the plan. At that point, a 1996 supercharged car needs an engine management system, so you either have a standalone one, or you can do what I did, which was buy the whole car, strip all the electronics out of it, and merge most of it into this car. Now that's definitely a bit of a challenge. I guess that's the technical side of me getting a bit carried away, but so that's where you are. Those eagle-eyed of you can actually see that the engine is in there. The 4 litre AJ16 engine from an XJS is exactly the same externally, and for years, many years, the subframe on the front of the Jaguar cars was the same. So all you needed to do is get the engine mounts from a 1994, 5, something like that, 4, 5 or 6 XJS would fit into this car. So that's what I did. I put XJS engine mounts, put the engine in, put the gearbox in, merged a lot of the electronics, and then got to the point where it actually turned over. There's no fuel system set up yet, but it would turn over. Then we decided we'd move house, and over the next 18 months, which is pretty much how long it took us to buy and sell a house and buy a new one. So it's been just thrown together, the wings held on by a couple of bolts, etc., just to get it so we could move it. Then we moved here, getting on for 7 years now, and unfortunately it took us, I wanted a new garage, and it took us a while to get this through planning permission, etc., and built. But we've got it now, and we're back on the projects. So pretty much it's get the XKR fixed, get that back on the road, then we can work on the XJ6. I'm sure that's going to be a bit more interesting to more people. This is just carrying on lots of XK8s. Some of them are silly prices out there just purely because they've got all that rusty back end. So yeah, get this fixed, work on that. So that's pretty much an intro into the channel. Hopefully you can come along and follow along, see how we get on. And yeah, that's pretty much it from an intro perspective. Obviously put questions, etc. in the comments. I'll try and answer them where I can, and we'll go from there. Cheers.